Greetings and welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring all of the tools and resources that you'll need to help you along your journey. This podcast is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading. The second is a discussion of the reading followed by suggested journal prompts. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us today. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Before we dive in, a quick reminder. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps spread the word and grow this community of self-reparenting. Now for a few updates. First, I'm excited to introduce our Patreon community, where for a small monthly fee, you can join us for 3 weekly reparenting support meetings. Sundays, we have a guided meditation for emotional grounding. On Tuesdays, we have a book club discussion for deeper discussions and growth. And on Thursdays, we have open topic conversations for real-time support on any topics that may come up. You can find all of the details about what's included in this community by going to the Reparenting Daily website and checking out the community tab. In addition, we now have a WhatsApp support group, a global network of fellow travelers available anytime you need encouragement, guidance, or a simple connection. This is just one of the many ways we're building a strong, supportive space for your reparenting journey. The next announcement is that I've just released my first few books. The first is the Reparenting Daily Journal, a structured 365-day guide to help you work through reparenting day by day. Starting in 2025, each month focuses on a key theme with weekly sub-themes. The Reparenting Daily podcast episodes align with the journal, making it an interactive and immersive experience to help you stay focused and ensure real progress this year. Now for the next announcement, I'm thrilled to introduce Fairy Tales for Reparenting Daily, a collection of 3 books inspired by Jungian analysis, mythology, philosophy, psychology, and most importantly, the work of Marie-Louise von Franz. These short, simple stories are designed to help you reconnect with your inner child and experience healing through storytelling. What makes these books unique? Well, at the end of each story, there's a deep dive analysis exploring its themes, explored by journal prompts to help you reflect on how these lessons relate to your personal journey. All of these books are now available on Amazon, so go ahead and take a look and support this project. Reparenting is a journey of growth, iterative change, and continuous improvement. Much like nurturing the bonsai tree, it requires patience, care, consistency, and attention. Thanks for being here and supporting this work, and for committing on your journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Welcome back. Today's reading is The 50th Law by 50 Cent and Robert Greene. We're going to be reading a section entitled The Fearless Approach. Just as a reminder, we're in May. The theme is emotional regulation. We're in week 1, which is May 1st to 7th. And the theme for this week is understanding your emotional landscape. The fearless approach. Every negative is a positive. The bad things that happen to me, I somehow make them good. That means you can't do anything to hurt me. Events in life are negative or positive. They are completely neutral. The universe does not care about your fate. It is indifferent to the violence that may hit you or to death itself. Things merely happen to you. It is your mind that chooses to interpret them as negative or positive. And because you have layers of fear that dwell deep within you, your natural tendency is to interpret temporary obstacles in your path as something larger, setbacks, and crises. In such a frame of mind, you exaggerate the dangers. If someone attacks and harms you in some way, you focus on the money or position you have lost in the battle, the negative publicity, or the harsh emotions that have been turned up. This has caused you to grow cautious, to retreat, hoping to spare yourself more of these negative things. It is time you tell yourself to lay low and wait for things to get better. You need calmness and security. What you do not realize is that you are inadvertently making the situation worse. Your rival only gets stronger as you sit back, the negative publicity firmly associated with you. Being conservative turns into a habit that carries over into less difficult moments. If you become harder and harder to move to the offensive, it becomes harder and harder to move to the offensive. In essence, you have chosen to cast life's inevitable twist of fortune as hardships, giving them a weight and endurance they do not deserve. What you need to do, as 50 discovered, is take the opposite approach. Instead of becoming discouraged and depressed by any kind of downturn, you must see this as a wake-up call, a challenge that you will transform into an opportunity for power. Your energy levels rise. You move to the attack, surprising your enemy with boldness. You care less what people think about you, and this paradoxically causes them to admire you. The negative publicity is turned around. You do not wait for things to get better, you seize the chance to prove yourself. Mentally framing a negative event as a blessing in disguise will make it easier for you to move forward. And it's a kind of mental alchemy, transforming shit into sugar. Thanks, and that's the reading for today. Welcome back. Today's reading from the 50th Law explores the fearless mindset of turning setbacks into opportunities, a powerful lesson that speaks directly to this month's theme of emotional regulation, and more specifically, this week's focus on understanding your emotional landscape. This text emphasizes that life itself is neutral. Events are not inherently positive or negative, good or bad. Our interpretation of those events determines how we feel and respond. Fear and emotional habits lead us to see temporary obstacles as major crises, which can cause us to retreat, suppress our feelings, or adapt defenses or avoidant postures. This only strengthens negative emotion and pattern over time. Instead, the book encourages us to develop a mental alchemy, to constantly reframe the difficulties as fuel for growth, keeping us emotionally resilient and proactive. Relating to and understanding your emotional landscape, this reading highlights the importance of recognizing how we habitually react to negative emotions like anger, fear, and sadness. These emotions, if not examined, can shape how we perceive setbacks and reinforce limiting beliefs. However, by becoming aware of these emotional tendencies, we can choose to respond differently, transforming fear into courage, loss into motivation, and criticism into opportunity. This proactive approach not only regulates our emotions, but also empowers us to shape reality. As the 50th law suggests, mastery of your emotional reactions is a form of strength that allows you to move through life with boldness and confidence, no longer ruled by fear or victimhood. As we go on to the journal prompts today. Number 1. How do I typically interpret challenges or setbacks? Do I see them as threats, failures, or opportunities? Number 2. What emotions tend to overwhelm me during difficult situations? And how might I begin to reframe those feelings into motivation or growth? And number 3. What would it look like to adopt a fearless mindset when navigating my emotions and facing challenges this week? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down a top river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.